Hello, welcome to Lunch with Lee. Today we're talking about something by special request is how to pick a chimney sweep or how to pick a chimney company. And most chimney companies will do inspections, they'll do sweeps, they'll do repairs, anything you can think of when it has to do with chimneys, they will do. So, how to pick one. The number one thing you want to look for is I personally would go to reviews. Find reviews online, read them, read the good ones and read the bad ones. And how did they respond to the bad ones? Because the reality is, if you've been in business for any time at all, there's going to be a customer that you cannot make happy for some reason. We've had negative reviews because we've been too early. There's any number of reasons that you can't make them happy. So look at reviews. Number two, look at how long they've been in business. Also, do they have an actual location? Do they have an office? And are there people there? Or do they have some way of, are there people answering the phones? Or is this just one guy in his garage that has a magnet on the side of his truck and maybe a website? So make sure it's a company. For us, we invite people to come tour our facility. It's in Houston. We have a training center. We have a warehouse. We have a sheet metal company that makes custom caps. We have all kinds of stuff, and anybody's welcome just to walk through and take a shop tour. So if we give you an estimate, usually you get a request of, hey, if you want to come by the shop, check us out. We're there. We'll show you what we do. We'll show you how we train. That's number two. Number three, do they have insurance? And if you ask someone, do you have insurance? They're going to always say yes. So when I'm talking about insurance, I'm talking about general liability insurance, workers' comp, and also commercial. We have car insurance. That's a commercial car insurance. And for us, a lot of times we have professional liability, which covers us in case we do an inspection, we miss something, something happens. So it's very important that they have proper insurance so you're protected and their employees are protected and everybody's protected. So insurance. And what I would ask them is make sure that you get a copy of their insurance or call the actual insurance company to make sure it's still active, because there used to be a company here in Houston that there was some quick moving shenanigans about getting insurance, canceling it immediately once you have a paper document. So make sure it's actually valid insurance. And it's not just, because there's companies in our market that will say, sure, I have insurance. I have my personal car insurance. We'll call that insurance. We're good to go. So make sure they have proper insurance. Number 3 or 4, I can't remember where we're at, but the next one is probably the best way to say it is, do they have uniforms? Do they have logo trucks? Or are they showing up in their own personal vehicle? So really what you're looking for is a company who will stand behind things that if one person goes away, they're still around. So look at how long they've been in business. Look at if they're going to show up in vehicles that are not marked. Are they actually, when they answer the phones, when someone calls in, are they answering with their company name or are they answering with Chimney Company? People who answer with Chimney Company are quite often either doing some weird stuff online where they're advertising where they may be perceived as a different company, or they don't want someone to know what their company name is because they don't know who they're going to send out, or they're contracted, they're buying leads and selling that to lots of different companies so that you don't know who's going to come out. So that's the next one. Then I would look into, is the guy who's coming out certified? So the ways to look for certifications are CSIA, csia.org. NCSG has a certification. It's called the Chimney Professional Certification. That's another one that we use. And NFI, National Fireplace Institute, has another one. There's also a dryer vent certification. Is the person coming out certified? And the person that's coming out, how is he trained? Is he coming out with one day of watching someone work and now he's on his own? Or is there a training center? Is there a training platform? Is there a strategic way of training them? We have an online platform that has videos that we require people to take. And we have a hands-on training center at our facility. But once again, you can come and look at and see. So we're not hiding anything. So the next thing to look for is we went through certifications, we went through training, which is how much is it going to cost? And more importantly, what am I getting for my money? So what equipment are you going to use when you get here? So there is sweeping with a brush that just goes up and down, and you can do a perfectly good job. There is rotary cleaning where you hook it to a drill and it spins. It does a better job for less labor. That's what we use, but both of them work. But more importantly is inspections. Am I going to get just a visual inspection where I don't go up on the roof? Is the technician going to go up on the roof and take pictures? And more importantly, do you have a chimney camera that's designed for chimneys where you put the camera in the chimney and look around? Because that's one of the more important things, because that's the areas you can't see with your eyes. So you can see cracks. We can see if it's been struck by lightning, if it's had a chimney fire. We can see if it's had long-term water leaks. We can see all these things that you normally can't. It's very, very important. And then how are they documenting that? Are they just telling you something's wrong, or are they showing you something's wrong? It's very, very important, because there's a lot of chimney companies in our industry that run scams. They will say they're running a camera and they'll tell you, yep, there's cracks. You had a chimney fire. But that doesn't exist. They just do that because now it's an insurance claim. So they need to prove to you. Like if they go up on the roof, take some pictures, show me cracks, not zoomed in cracks, but let me zoom out too to prove that that's my chimney and that's my house. So that's the next one. And then the last thing I would say, and there's probably more that I'm not thinking of right now, but the last one that's on my list is, how do they do quality control? That's important. Are there before and afters? Is someone coming out to my house to double check this? With bigger companies that work in a larger area like ours, really going out to someone's house to double check. For bigger jobs, we do that. But for smaller jobs, it's not real practical price-wise. So what we do is we take before and afters. We take tons and tons of pictures to prove what we've done and to double check our employees to make sure someone didn't miss something, which can happen. The next thing I said, the last one's the last, but this is the last one. What type of maintenance do they do? Because one of our quality control checks is we have a healthy hearth club, which you pay for monthly. And we come out every year and we check that our work's holding up so we can maintain our warranties. A lot of the products we use require that. And we come out, we double check our work. They make sure that as the process of mortars drying and everything else, something hasn't failed throughout the year as you use it. When we do that, we get to see, and this happens occasionally with us, that some of the stuff we did failed. And then we get to figure out why, and then we get better, and then we don't do it again. But if they are doing a repair and saying, good to go, you don't need anything else, call us when it breaks. You can't see it break. You're not up on your roof. So if it fails, it may take years and more damage in order to figure out if it is broken. So make sure that they have some kind of quality control program, pictures, people coming out year after year to see their work, to stand behind the work. So if something breaks, you fix it. Because messing something up, if it's just oops, and someone made an effort mistake, it's okay as long as you just admit it and fix it. But when you hide from it, that's a problem. And that's what you have with one-person companies, which they can be excellent. They can also, someone can get hurt, someone can move, and everything that you have maintenance-wise, warranty-wise is now gone. So make sure you follow those steps. I'm going to be coming out with a checklist that we can give to people, and also a little mini book that has to do with how to pick a chimney sweep so that you don't get taken advantage of and you don't get a scammer and you get a quality company and you're happy. But a little trick, the cheapest guy is not usually the best, depending on what you're looking for. So you can always do a free virtual assessment on our website. We can help you with this stuff. If you get multiple bids, which I'm not discouraging from doing, let us sit down with you and go over the differences between A and B. And if it's not us, it's best for you, you can use somebody else. That's okay. So that's it for today. I appreciate it. Please like it, share it. It helps us help more people. And that is the goal. So thank you. And we will see you next week.